The following program is the work of broadcast students from the British Columbia Institute of Technology. BCIT Magazine features news stories from around the Lower Mainland over the past week. Responsibility for the content of the show rests completely with the students and their BCIT instructors.
Coming up on BCIT Magazine, the Vancouver skyline is forever altered as the dome on BC Place is deflated.
A local bookstore is forced to close its doors for good.
And these aren't your average puppies. We find out what it takes to be an assistance dog.
Good afternoon and welcome to BCIT Magazine. I'm Patricia Aris.
And I'm Shahid Devji. Sophia Books is the latest independent bookstore in Vancouver to shut down. And Monica Martinez tells us why these small bookshops are becoming a thing of the past.
Vancouver's independent bookstores are quickly disappearing. Sophia Books on West Hastings is the latest store to close its doors. Customers have been coming for the wide selection of multilingual books for 35 years, and they say they're sad to see it go.
It's too bad because that's the flavor of the communities and the really personal touches. We're losing all that now.
I'm so sorry that this is happening.
The past few years have been tough for owner Mark Fournier. Expensive building taxes, rising real estate costs, and competition from the larger chain stores have made it hard on business.
I'm looking at the trends in the book industry, and it's not very bright right now. It's a major revolution. We don't know which way it's going to go. There's new channels to get information. Distribution is becoming expensive because, especially in a case like us, we have to get the books from far. And delay. People are not willing to wait 3 weeks anymore for a book. The internet is giving an illusion that it can be done like that.
Technology that displays books in digital format like the Kindle Reader and the iPad are changing the industry, but this bookstore owner says people will always want books they can put on their shelves.
Those are books you hold and smell and you put on your bookshelf because they look gorgeous. You know, you put Kindle on your bookshelf and it doesn't look gorgeous. I carry mostly out of print books and people can't get those new. So I'm not competing with Chapters.
As for Mark Fournier, his shop is closing at the end of May.
I've been selling books in Vancouver for 23 years, so it's not something I can stop overnight.
The future of these small bookshops may be uncertain, but one thing's for sure, people still enjoy reading a good book. Monica Martinez in Vancouver for BCIT Magazine.
Well, it's Health and Safety Week in BC, and reporter Peter Verge was at Metrotown Station looking into transit safety.
This week is Safety and Health Week in BC. Transit police and SkyTrain staff are teaming up at different SkyTrain stations to promote security and safety on the transit system.
Well, people are always concerned about their safety and security, and the things that we're able to share with them are things that they can do each and every time that they're riding the transit system, making sure that they're always holding on to the handrails when they're on escalators and stairs. If they have things like rolling luggage or baby strollers or a bicycle, anything with wheels, we encourage them not to use the escalator but take advantage of the elevators in the stations.
With over 800,000 people using public transit every day in the Lower Mainland, it's important to have the right safety features in place.
We provide excellent opportunities out there for safety and security features for our passengers to utilize. And unfortunately, it's the fact that people don't take the time to familiarize themselves with those safety features that creates that vulnerability.
With all the security procedures in place, it seems for the most part, people feel safe on public transit.
Yeah, for the most part, except Surrey Central, that's the only part I don't feel safe. But yeah, it's probably because of all the methadone clinics in the area. Little known fact. Yeah.
There's transit police and there's cameras, so I think overall it's pretty safe. And the public, they're pretty good with kind of like sticking up for one another, I think.
No, it's good. It's safe.
With cameras, police, and people relying on others for help, public transit seems to be right on track for a safe ride. Peter Verge in Burnaby for BCIT Magazine.
PADS is a Burnaby organization that trains dogs to work as assistive aids with people with disabilities. And as Sam Numsen found out, you can teach an old dog new tricks.
At the Pacific Assistance Dog Society in Burnaby, young puppies begin their training to work as assistive aids to people with disabilities. Cynthia Barrell is an early puppyhood educator, or EPE.
I have so much fun with these guys, and it's just incredible to watch them learn because you can see the light come on when they get something, and they're just so excited about it. I do most of their training in the morning. To turn on light switches, they can open and close doors, like they can tug to open doors, and they can push the doors closed with their feet.
Oh yeah. First tuck. Oh, good girl.
When the puppies have mastered the basics, they move on to advanced training, facing more difficult challenges.
Find out who the dog is, and you specialize their skills for what they might be used for. Some of the EPE's puppies are limited by their size and by their maturity too. I mean, that's why we don't teach them how to retrieve dropped items until they're in advanced training, simply because the EPE puppies don't have the maturity to do it, and they don't have the physical maturity either. Their teeth aren't developed yet.
PADS is hoping to graduate 16 dogs from the program this year, more than ever before. Karen says with more dogs, there's more opportunity to find the best dog for the job.
We can also be more choosy about which dogs we're going to spend our time training and which dogs are maybe not cut out for this work and have to go somewhere else.
And after a hard day of training, the dogs are happy to just get out and go for a walk. Sam Numsen in Burnaby for BCIT Magazine.
The U-Pass has become an affordable way for some post-secondary students to take transit. But as Brenna Temple reports, BCIT is still trying to get the wheels rolling on its own U-Pass program.
Hopping onto a bus with a U-Pass is an everyday novelty for some students. Striving students flash their cheap bus passes for their school commutes, but BCIT is still waiting to get the wheels rolling for its own U-Pass program. BCIT's vice president hopes the school will learn from others' mistakes.
Well, we've been watching the experience at other schools quite closely to see what that experience has been, and certainly at every school that we've seen, the initial uptake on U-Pass has been quite dramatic. The transit provider has to provide additional capacity in order to meet that new student demand.
The road was a little bumpy here at Langara College when it welcomed its U-Pass to campus just over 1 year ago, before the Canada line was completed.
Ridership increased more than was anticipated because a lot more people that maybe lived a few blocks away and usually walked, it was now incentive. They had the U-Pass, and I just don't think that the service level matched the demand.
BCIT student Hong Lai says she's tired of paying the full price for transit as someone who takes the bus to school every day.
I thought it's kind of like a college to me, right? But if the Langara College has the U-Pass, we should have one too.
Until BCIT gets the final go-ahead from the Ministry of Transportation, students will purchase regular bus passes and hard workers like Hong Lai will pay the price. Brenna Temple in Burnaby for BCIT Magazine.
Up next on BCIT Magazine, a non-traditional form of music gains international recognition.
And we tag along for some graffiti in the park as youths come together to spray paint. Stay with us.